Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to today's session of Dashavatar. Today is day 2. Yesterday we covered what Matsya Avatar, Lord incarnate in the form of incarnation of Vishnu in the form of fish. Now today it is in the form of tortoise that we are going to. That is second avatar of Vishnu. Vishnu had 10 avatars, and out of those, second we are going to cover today. So before we start, let us pray to Sri Sri Radha Govindji, the presiding deity at Temple, ISKCON Temple, Kulai, Mangalore, and pay our obeisances. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam
नीतम येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
Om Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Peshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedant Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Desha Tarini Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda He Krishna Karna Sindhu दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता श्री राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, all devotees, and welcome to today's session on behalf of N.D. Prabhuji, the temple president at ISKCON Temple, Bangalore. So we are on day 2, and we shall be discussing about glories of this Kurma avatar Lord gave. So we have already prayed. So before we start today's episode of Dashavatar, Day 2, Kurma Avatar, I'll just give you a brief account of this avatar, then we'll proceed with the presentation. The presentation is quite long, so I'll request each of the devotee to please cover at least 3 slides, which I shall be rotating as we proceed ahead. So this story goes back, this avatar goes back to Durvasa Muni. The reference is made to Durvasa Muni. What happened that Durvasa Muni once went to Indralok. He offered a garland out of respect to Indradev. Indradev, by the way, is the name of the post. It is not the name of the god or demigod. Please remember this thing. And everybody wants to become Indra. Indra is the king of demigods, and it is his loka is Indralok is considered to be most opulent. So everybody wants control over the demigods and become the king of demigods. That is, everybody wants to Indra, especially the demons wanted to do so. And Indradev, whoever is in the chair, he is very always scared and apprehensive that his chair might go and somebody else might occupy. So that is the position of Indradev. So Durvasa Muni goes to Indradev and offers a garland out of respect. But he did not pay much attention. He threw it over the head of the elephant. Elephant's name was Airavat. We know, all of us know Airavat is the name of the elephant. So elephant can't, they pay value of, to the garland offered by Durvasa Muni. So it falls down, and the elephant crushes this garland with his foot. So Durvasa Muni was very, very upset and very irritated, and he gets annoyed and gets angry very fast. So he gave a curse to Indra that all you shall be bereft of all the prosperity, wealth, and your kingdom. Now, this was a curse which was very severe, because Durvasa Muni's curse means something very, very significant. So already the demigods, devatas, they were under pressure from asuras or demons, and there was a constant fight going on between the devas, asuras and suras and asuras. And both of them wanted to be immortal. The fight was for the nectar, in fact. They wanted to be immortal and rule over the Indra Loka. So what happens that all the demigods, they gather they became powerless. Their strength was lost, and they were already under attack from demons. So they go to Brahmaji. Now, when they go to Brahmaji and they narrate the entire story, how the curse was given by Durvasa Muni, then the Brahmaji goes under meditation, and he says that, okay, I cannot solve this problem. You have to go to Lord Vishnu. Now they go to Lord Vishnu. They make prayers to Lord Vishnu, and they narrate the whole episode how the curse was given. So Lord Vishnu is lying in the milk ocean of milk. That is Sweta. It is called Sweta because it is white in color. And Shirokta Sai Vishnu heard all this story. May I know how many avatars of Vishnu are, or how many forms of Vishnu we read in level 1? Anyone?
3.
Yes, yes,
3.
yes,
Mahavishnu,
yes.
Kara, Shiroda Kasai Vishnu, and the other was Karanada Shai Vishnu, I think.
Thank you, Mataji. Mahavishnu is also called, there are 3 expansion of Lord Krishna in the form of Vishnu. First expansion is in the form of Karanato Dai Vishnu. Second, from him came out Garbhodakshai Vishnu. And then third expansion is in the form of Shiroktakshai Vishnu. From Karanato Dai Vishnu came out many universes and planets he created. Then Garbhodakshai Vishnu, Brahma came up, the lotus system and all those universes. And Garbhodakshai Vishnu enters into each universe and planet as super soul. And from Shirokdakshai Vishnu, he enters into each atom of the universe and planets, and also in living entities at Asma. So Garbhodakshai Vishnu is super soul present in everyone as Lord Krishna. And Shirokdakshai Vishnu, he is present in each living entity as soul or individual soul. So after listening the story from the Indradev and other demigods, the Shirokdakshai Vishnu suggested that the only solution is that you have to get Mandarachal Parvat or Mandara mountain, Mandar mountain, and take the help of Vasuki serpent and churn the ocean of milk. Before that, you have to throw all vegetable herbs, creepers, and everything into the ocean, and then using the Vasuki serp or serpent, Vasuki serpent as a churning rope. Then you have to use Mandarachal Parvat as a rod, churning rod. And then when you churn this ocean of milk, many things will come. Many important things or valuable or precious things will come, but don't be carried away by those things. Just focus your attention on the nectar or the amrit that comes out, and whatever the demons want, let them take away. Don't fight with them. Remain balanced and do not be carried away, because your objective is to become immortal, and immortal by drinking the nectar that comes out. So this is the advice given by Lord, and now Lord disappears thereafter. Now these demons and all that, demons and the demigods, they go to the Mandarachal Parvat. They want to lift it, but it was so heavy that some of them got crushed and died also on the spot, including the Asuras and Suras. And then they prayed to Lord Vishnu again. We cannot lift this. We can't take it to the ocean because it is so heavy and big. So what they do, Vishnu comes, holds the Mandarachal Parvat in one hand and puts it and sits on his Garud, the carrier, and thereafter he moves this Mandarachal Parvat or Mandara mountain to the side, the ocean, and disappears from them and leaves it for demigods. And so that the Vasuki, Sarpa Vasuki or snake serpent has already agreed to act as rope. The demons catch hold of this rope or Vasuki by the mouth side, and the tail side goes to the demigods. They start churning. But as soon as they start churning, It is so heavy that it sinks into the ocean. So as it is sinking, they go to Vishnu, Brahmaji, and then to Vishnu again, that what to do now? It is sinking. So from the nostrils of Brahma, a small piglet is born. And this piglet very soon assumes a gigantic, very, very huge form. They say the size was 1,000 yosan. 1,000 yosan means 8,000 miles. 8,000 miles means 12,800 kilometers, and almost a subcontinent, bigger than a subcontinent. So uh, this this is Kurma avatar or tortoise form. Now tortoise enters into the ocean and supports the base of the mountain on its back, and the demigods and these asuras and suras, they start. Then when they are churning, they remembered all the instructions that Garbhodakshai Vishnu had given to them, that they have to be very, very careful not to be carried away by the precious items and other things which come out. So focus on your nectar and I shall assist you. This is the assurance which was given. So the demigods remembered this assurance of Lord Vishnu. So now the churning starts. The first thing which happens, comes out is halahal, the deadly poison. Now the poison was so furious and strong that the demigods and the asuras, they just left that site and rushed to Brahmaji again. Brahmaji guided that nobody can do it except Lord Shiva. So I will cut it short here because we are going to read further beyond this point. So Lord Shiva then takes and then other 14 precious items come out during the churning, and ultimately, lastly, the nectar comes. And what happens, we shall go through in this presentation. So I shall just request to please raise your digital hand and read the 3 slides each one. Yes, Shashmita Mataji, please continue.
The 11th incarnation of the Lord took the form of a tortoise whose shell served as a pivot for the Mandrachal hill, which is being used as the churning rod for the thesis and atheists of the universe.
So 11th incarnation, though it is 11 because there are total more than 24. So, but out of that 11th, but here we are talking about Dashavatar. So this is second avatar. Took the form of, which was being used as a churning rod by the theists. Theists are the believers in God, that is Sura, and or the demigods, and the atheists are those who do not believe in Lord, that is the Asuras. Yes, Pataji, please continue.
The previous Lord then assumed that tortoise incarnation in order to serve as the resting place for the Mandara mountain, which was acting as a churning rod. The demigods and demons were churning the ocean of milk with the Mandara mountain in order to extract nectar. The mountain moved back and forth, scratching the back of Lord Tortoise, who, while partially sleeping, was experiencing an inching sensation.
So it was a very pleasing sensation for the back of the tortoise, because he was none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who could just hold the Mandrachal Parvat just by one hand. So for him, it was just as light, and he was feeling very comfortable, in fact, than as compared to any pain, rather. Yes, Machi, third slide, please continue.
The Sukdev Goswami continued. In Hiranmaya Varsa, the Supreme Lord Vishnu lived in the form of a tortoise. This most dear and beautiful form is always worshipped there in devotional service of Aryama, the chief resident of Hiranmaya Varsa, along with the other inhabitants of that land. They chant the following hymns.
So we will remember that this Srimad Bhagavatam is being narrated to Parikshit Maharaj by Sukdev Maharaj in Shukratal. that is located in Muzaffarnagar, Uttar Pradesh. And we know the curse of Parikshit Maharaj. So this is what is happening here. So then next is, so we can see this how the Lord is being prayed for by everybody, and His glory is being sung in this picture. Yes, Khushbu Mataji. Next.
O my Lord, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you who have assumed the form of a tortoise. You are the receiver of all transcendental qualities, and being entirely untinged by matter, you are perfectly situated in pure goodness. You move here and there in the water, but no one can discern your position. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you because of your transcendental position. You are not limited by past, present, and future. You are present everywhere as the center of all things, and therefore I offer my respectful obeisance unto you again and again.
So, because demigods knew that it is a reincarnation of Lord Vishnu, so they are making prayers to Lord Vishnu, that and prayers about his qualities and attributes. You are reservoir of all transcendental qualities, not material qualities, and you are being untinged by the matter because the Lord Krishna is not touched by the material three modes of material nature, because he is beyond. He is the creator of three modes of material nature. So the creator is not affected by his creation. You are perfectly situated in pure goodness. You move here, there into water, but no one can discern your position. That is Kurma, that is that moves about and floats in the water. I offer your respectful obeisance unto you because your transcendental position, you are not limited by past, present, future. We know Krishna, when we in chapter 11, Lord's universal form was described. Then it was mentioned that there was no beginning, there was no middle, there was no end. It was huge. It was so huge that it was not visible to Arjuna. So this is what is mentioned being in the prayers to Lord Vishnu in the form of Kurma Avatar are being mentioned here. So, yes, Mataji, next one.
By churning the ocean of milk, Ajita produced nectar for the demigods in the form of tortoise. He moved here and there, crying on his back the great mountain known as
Mandara. Ajit, word has been used. What does Ajit means? One who cannot be?
Mandel.
Ajit, one who cannot be won over.
Oh.
Ajay, one who cannot be defeated. So this is what is used for Vishnu, Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna here. So the churning is going on now. Yes. Next, Siddhi Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 8.5.15.16 Purport. While Durvasa Muni was passing on the road, he saw Indra on the back of his elephant and was pleased to offer Indra a garland of his own neck. Indra, however, up, took the garland and without respect for Durvasa Muni, he placed it on the trunk of his carrier elephant. The elephant, being an animal, could not understand the value of the garland, and thus the elephant threw the garland between its legs and smashed it. Seeing this insulting behavior, Durvasa Muni immediately cursed Indra to be poverty-stricken, bereft of all material opulence. Thus the demigod, afflicted on one side by the fight months and on the other side by the curse of Durvasa Muni, lost all the material opulences in three worlds. When one is materially opulent, he should learn to be sober and well behaved towards Vaishnavas and saintly person. Otherwise, he will fall down.
Yeah, so I think there's no explanation. Yes, Mataji, next one.
Lord Brahma offered prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam 8.5.26 to 50. The demigods, having been cursed by the Durvasa Muni, were defeated in the battle by the Asuras. When the demigods were deprived of their heavenly kingdom, they went to assembly house of Lord Brahma and informed Lord Brahma of what had happened. Then Brahma, along with all the demigods, went to the shore of ocean of milk and offered prayers to Shirodakshai Vishnu.
Yes, this one also.
Because of the prayer offered by them, Lord Shirodakshai Vishnu was seized with demigods and appeared before them. The demigods were almost blinded by his transcendental bodily effulgence. At Therefore, they could not even see any part of his body. After some time, however, when Brahma could see the Lord, he along with Lord Shiva began to offer the Lord prayers.
Thank you, Mataji. So when Lord Vishnu appeared, the effulgence was so bright and blinding that none of the demigods could see Shirodakshai Vishnu. And it was only Brahma who could see, but later on, demigods could also see. Yes, Chanda Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. When offered prayers by Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma,
Sorry. Yes, please. When offered, yes.
when offered prayers by Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead was pleased. Thus, he gave appropriate instruction to all the demigods. Although the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of the demigods, was capable of performing the activities of the demigods by himself, he wanted to enjoy pastimes in churning the ocean. Therefore, he spoke as follows.
So he says, Eka eveshwaras tasmin sura karye sureshwaraha vihartu kamastan aha samudron manthana vidhi divi. Then what he says? Yes.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Ajita, unconquerable, advised the demigods to make a peace proposal to the demons, so that after formulating a truce, the demigods and demons could churn the ocean of milk. O demigods, cast into the ocean of milk all kind of vegetables, grass, creepers, and drugs. Then, with my help, making Mandara mountain the churning rod and Vasuki the rope of churning, churn the ocean of milk with undiverted attention. Many other attractive things would be generated by the churning, but the Lord warned the demigods not to be captivated by those things, nor should the demigods be angry if there were some disturbance. And after advising the demigods in this way, Lord disappeared from the scene.
So these are the instruction Lord is giving to the demigods. That is in the form of in the form of Vishnu, Shirodai Vishnu, who is also labeled here as Ajit. That many things will come out. Don't be carried away. Just focus your attention. Don't fight with the with the asuras or demons. Just keep quiet and keep on doing this journey. Yes, Mataji. Slide.
The following the instruction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the demigods established a peace with Maharaja Bali, the king of the demons. The both of the demons and the demigods started for the ocean, taking Mandara mountain with them. Because of the great heaviness of the mountain, the demigods and the demons become fatigued, and some of them actually died. Then the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, His mercy, He brought these demigods and demons back to life.
So, in fact, the demigods, before doing all these things, they went to this Maharaja Bali, who was the king of
Bring the
Devas,
mandara.
for a agreement, so for a peace agreement settlement, so that there is no fight. But both, both were opposing each other, so they did not agree for a truce or peace agreement. Whatever Shirokdai Dakshai Vishnu has mentioned, so they had to follow it. They had to get the mountain and get the Vasuki serpent and do the churning. So uh, this is what is happening here. And important thing is that the many persons, many demigods died also while lifting this. So as I told you earlier that they died, but Lord Vishnu was so kind to demigods because they were on righteous path and the path of dharma, that he revived them. He gave them, those dead demigods were alive again. Yes. Yes, Mataji. Siddhi Mataji. Yes. Chanda Mataji, please read this one and Siddhi Mataji. Sorry, Riya
Yes,
Mataji.
Prabhu.
Riya Mataji next.
The Lord then lifted the mountain with one of his hands and placed it on the back of Garuda. The Lord sat on the mountain and was carried to the spot of the churning by Garuda, who placed the mountain near the sea. Then the Lord asked Garuda to leave that place because as long as Garuda was present, Vasuki could not come there.
So we know there is a enmity between Garud and the Vasukis. The Garud will always pick up and kill the snake. So Garud had to leave this place. Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Riya Mataji next.
Hare Krishna. The Lord.
Yes, this slide, Mataji.
Yes.
This has already been covered by Mataji.
Yes.
It's next page. By expert.
Okay. By the expert arrangement of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he held the snake near the mouth, whereas the demigod held the tail of the snake. Then, with great endeavor, they began pulling the snake in both directions. Because of churning rod, Mandara mountain was very heavy and was not held by any support in the water. It sank into the ocean, and in this way, the prowess of both the demons and the demigods were vanquished. Seeing the situation that had been created by the will of the Supreme, the unlimitedly powerful Lord, whose determination is infallible, took the wonderful shape of a tortoise, entered the water, and lifted the great Mandara mountain.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is what is happening, seeing the pitiable condition because the mountain sank into the ocean, now journey cannot be done. Then the Lord himself appears in the form of tortoise and travels down to the bottom of the, lifts the mountain on his back. Yes, Mataji, please continue.
Here is the evidence that the Supreme Personal Godhead is supreme controller of everything. It was by his will that there was hindrances, and by his will those hindrances were removed. The Lord appeared as a tortoise to support the great mountain. The Lord held the great mountain on his back. Dangers can be created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they can also be removed by him. This is known to devotees, but demons cannot understand it.
Thank you, Mataji. So very important message here in the first two lines is evidence the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the supreme controller of everything. Because you remember the entire plan of journeying of ocean was given by Lord Vishnu himself to these demons, demigods and demons. And also how they are going to get nectar without disturbance while they are churning the mountain. That was also disclosed by Lord Vishnu. So that means because the demigods were theists, they were believers in God. They used to worship God and for everything. So they got success here because they had we as a devotee have to have full faith in our God, in Lord Krishna, that whatever come or whatever is about to come, he will take care of it. We have to leave everything to him. So it was his will that there were hindrances. So you can see the mountain was too heavy. It sank down. Many demigods were killed. These were hindrances which came out when the mountain was being picked up and lifted to. So, but Lord was with the side of the devotees. He did not revive the demons. All the demigods who got killed during transportation of that or lifting of mountain, they were revived because Lord is kind to his devotees. And this is known to divinity, but demons do not understand. Why demons do not understand? Demons think that they are all powerful. There is no God. They themselves are God. And can we have some examples of such demons from the Shastras? Can you name some persons who thought that they are
Prabhuji,
God?
Prabhuji, there is a request. Please, Riya Mataji, mute yourself because there is a disturbance from.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji.
Yes, I know that. Yes, can we quote some examples from scriptures where demons consider themselves to be God and they did not believe in God and they counteracted everything. They wanted to reach heavens and they wanted to build even a stair to the heavenly planets so that they can take their entire population. Do you know?
Hiranyaraksh,
Ravana.
and
Ravana.
Yes. Hiranyakashipu,
Hiranyakashipu.
Ravana, and what about Kansa?
Kansa, yes.
So these are demons, and they did not believe in God. They considered themselves all powerful. They could do everything, and they thought that God is there is no God, and they are supreme because of their powers and because of their many kind of strict penances and austerities they performed to attain certain powers and certain boons. They became very powerful and they forgot that they are just but part and parcel of Lord. So this is the message here in this chapter. I mean, this was, yes, Mataji, third slide. Riya
Hare
Mata.
Krishna. When the demigods and demons saw that Mandara mountain has been lifted, they were enlivened and encouraged to begin churning again. The mountain rested on the back of the great tortoise, which extended for 800,000 miles like a large island. O king, when the demigods and demons by the strength of your arms rotated Mandara mountain on the back of the extraordinary tortoise accepted the rolling of the mountain as a means of um, scratching his body, and thus he felt a pleasing sensation.
So you can see that ultimately Lord came to the rescue and the mountain rested on his back. And the size of this mountain is 8,000 miles. That is 1,000 years, and I just now told you it is equivalent in kilometers. It is equivalent to about 12,800 kilometers. So this is the huge size of a huge continent itself. Yes, next, Siddhi Mataji. Siddhi Mataji, please
Hare
unmute
Krishna.
yourself.
Yes. Manifesting himself, no, sorry, Srimad Bhagavatam 8.7.12. Manifesting himself with thousands of hands, the Lord then appeared on the summit of Mandar mountain. Like another great mountain, held Mandara mountain with one hand. Purport. To balance Mandara mountain while it was being pulled from both sides, the Lord himself appeared on his summit like another great mountain. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and King Indra then expanded themselves and showered flowers on the Lord.
We can see the Lord himself appeared. This picture you can see around right upper corner. Huge, as big, or rather bigger than the Mandara mountain, Lord himself appeared over it with thousands of hands and all that kind of opulences. Yes, Mataji, next slide. Yes, Mataji, please continue. One more.
Srimad Bhagavatam 8.7.16. When the nectar did not come from the ocean of milk, despite so much endeavor by the best of the demigod and demons, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ajita, personally began to churn the ocean.
Yeah, so they were tired, both demons and then the demons and the demigods, they were tired and nothing was coming out. So Lord himself came. Why he came? because Lord is always kind to his devotees. He wants their welfare. Whoever thinks ananyo chintyanti mam, one who always considers or thinks, meditates on Lord's form, he is always kind and he comes to help those devotees. So Lord himself came for churning the. Now, Bhavika Mataji, so please continue now. So we are describing now products from the churning of milk of ocean. Churning, how many precious items came out of churning? Does anybody know?
14.
Amrit, I guess.
Amrit is the most important one. Nectar, of course, the fight was for Amrita only or nectar only. But 14 precious items came out after churning. And
Wish also.
wish also, yes, Mataji. That is halahal, that which we described. Yes, Bhavika Mataji, please read it.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. As a result of churning, a huge amount of poison was produced. The Prajapatis, using no one else to save them, approached to Lord Shiva and offered him prayers full of truth. Lord Shiva is called Asutosa because he is very pleased if one is a devotee. Therefore, he easily agreed to drink all poison generated by the churning. The goddess Durga Bhavani, the wife of Lord Shiva, was not at all disturbed when Lord Shiva agreed to drink the poison, for she knew Lord Shiva's power. Indeed, she expressed her pleasure at this agreement. Then Lord Shiva gathered the devastating poison which was everywhere. He took it in his hand and drank it. After he drank the poison, his neck became bluish. A small quantity of poison dropped from his hands to the ground, and it is because of this poison that there are poisonous snakes and scorpions toxic. Prabhuji, I can't read the last line for some reason.
In this word. Is it not visible, Mataji?
No, I think
Now,
one second, I think I need to change my.
there are poisonous snakes, scorpions, toxic plants, and other poisonous things in the world.
Okay.
These are.
Thank you.
So what is happening here? The first thing which came out was halahal, or the great poison. And the poison was so strong that demons and demigods, they were so much frightened by seeing the poison because it will destroy every living entity on the earth. So then they prayed Lord Shiva, who is Asutosh. Asutosh means, what does Asutosh means? One who is very easily pleased. You know, Lord Shiva becomes, whenever Parvati Ma used to ask for something, he was always agreeable to do anything for his devotee. So he's called Asutosh. He's very easy to be pleased by devotees. And he's a pure Vaishnava. You know what he's doing, sitting at the Mount Kailash, always meditating. What he is meditating upon? He's meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Brahmaji is also always in a state of meditation, whom upon he is meditating, Lord Krishna always. So now he was very pleased that now he is a pure Vaishnava. He knew that this poison is coming out of the Lord's will, Lord Vishnu, that is Lord Krishna's will, that will destroy the complete creation if it goes without treated or without taking drink by some. So he offers himself to drink it. Parvati Ma, Durga Ma or Bhavani Ma, whatever name is mentioned here, she agreed that yes, Shiva should drink it for saving the mankind. So he, in the first sentence, you can see the huge amount of poison, but the Lord Shiva took it in his palm only, his hands to ground, and when and the huge amount could be contained within his two hands. And he drank it. While drinking, some of the drops of poison fell on the ground, and that is why we have so many poisonous animals on the ground. That is snakes, scorpion, toxic. Their poison comes. The poison capability comes from that halal poison which they drank. From the drops that fell down on the ground from the hands of Lord Shiva. those were taken up by these animals and they became poisonous. So, yes, Mataji, next slide, please. Bhavika Mataji.
Yes. After Lord Shiva drank all the poison, both the demigods and the demons took courage and resumed their activities of churning. Because of this churning, first a Surabhi cow was produced. Great saintly persons accepted this cow to derive clarified butter from its milk and offered this clarified butter in oblations for great sacrifices.
Yes. So second thing which came out was Surabhi cow. Surabhi cow is the celestial cow with the milk of which is offered to lords first. In our normal practice also, with the first milk of cow is offered to Lord for his bathing or for his preparation of his prasadam and other things. So Surabhi cow is the supreme cow which came out next. Yes, Mataji, third slide. Siddhi Mataji.
Thereafter,
You have done 3 slides, Mataji.
2 slides.
Okay, Siddhi Mataji, please continue.
Uchchaiswara, Uchchaishrava was generated. This horse was taken by Bali Maharaj. Then there appeared Airavat, another elephant that could go anywhere in any direction, and she elephants also appeared. The gem, also known as Kaustuba, was also generated, and Lord Vishnu took that gem and placed it on his chest. Thereafter, a Parijat flower and the Apsaras, the most beautiful woman in the universe, were generated.
Thank you, Mataji. So, Uchshava, the white horse, taken away by Bali Maharaj, he is considered to be the head of all horses. Then appeared Airavat. Airavat elephant, we know it is a Vahan of Lord Indra. Then gem, there is Kaustuva, that the precious Ratna that came out was taken by Lord Vishnu and he put it along on over his chest. Then Parijat flower, white and blue flower, which is considered to be the most pious and most beautiful flower, most fragrant flower, and it is in Vaikuntha Loka as well as Krishna Loka. This Parijat flower is there, and Lord is worshipped by using this Parijat flower. So thereafter, Apsaras came, the beautiful ladies, they came out. Yes, Mataji. Siddhi Mataji, please continue.
Then the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, appeared. The demigods, great sage, and Gandharvas and others offered her their respectful worship. The goddess of fortune could not find anyone to accept as her husband. At last, she selected Lord Vishnu to be her master. Lord Vishnu gave her a place to stay everlastingly at his chest. Because of this combination of Lakshmi and Narayana, all who were present, including the demigod and people in general, were very pleased. The demons, however, being neglected by the goddess of fortune, were very depressed. Then Varuni, the goddess of drinking, was generated, and by the order of Lord Vishnu, the demon accepted her.
So, Lakshmi, Lakshmi appeared thereafter, and Lakshmi is considered to be the goddess fortune. And God, fortune favors whom? Fortune favors those who believe in God, theist. That is the demigods. The demons did not understand the importance of Lakshmi Ma. And now she had to be an escort to someone. And she chose Lord Vishnu. We see that Lord Lakshmi is always, massaging the feet of Lord Vishnu, who is lying on Shesh Nakshaya. So she selected that means that means the good luck or the fortune was favoring the demigods here, because this combination of Lakshmi and Narayan, all who were present, including the demigods and people in general, they were very pleased to see that fortune, Lord goddess of fortune is appeared. Then appeared the Varuni, the goddess of drinking. They immediately, what happened as soon as the Varuti appeared, the demigods, the demons took charge of it, because they are used to drinking all kind of wines and intoxicating materials. So this is the order. Thereafter, Siddhi Mataji, last slide for you. Oh,
Then the
yes.
Then the demons and demigod with renewed energy began to churn again. This time, a partial incarnation of Lord Vishnu called Dhanvantri appeared. He was very beautiful and he carried a jug containing nectar. The demons immediately snatched the jug from Dhanvantri's hand and began to run away. And the demigod, being very morose, took shelter of Vishnu. After the demons snatched the jug from Dhanvantri, they began to fight among themselves.
So then came Dhanvantri. Dhanvantri is considered to be Adi Vaidya. He is the supreme physician to all the gods and demigods rather. So he was carrying a jug which contained this nectar, and as soon as the demons saw, they tried to snatch it from Dhanvantri, and they started running away. Now, the demigods were very disappointed, so they go to Lord Vishnu again. There is a fight between them. So, Bhavika Mataji, yes, Bhavika Mataji, you raised your hand.
Yes, Prabhuji. Lord Vishnu solaced the demigods, who therefore did not fight but remained silent. While the fighting was going on among the demons, the Lord himself appeared as the incarnation Mohini, the most beautiful woman in the universe. All the demons became captivated by the young woman's beauty and became attracted to her. Now, because the demons were fighting among themselves to possess the nectar, they selected this beautiful woman as a mediator to settle their quarrel. Taking advantage of their weakness in this regard, Mohini, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, got the demons to promise that whatever decision she might give, they would not refuse to accept it. When the demons made this promise, the beautiful woman Mohini had the demigod and demons in the different lines so that she could distribute the nectar. She knew that the demons were quite unfit to drink the nectar. Therefore, by cheating them, she distributed all the nectar to the demigods. When the demons saw this cheating of Mohini Murti, they remained silent.
So we can see then the Dhanvantri, when the jug was stolen, jug of containing the nectar was stolen by the demons, and they started fighting because that is what they were fighting for. They were struggling or endeavoring for. So then this is all divine plan of Lord Krishna. What happens then? Mohini appears. Mohini is the name Mohini Murti, that is one of the most beautiful women or Apsara kind of person who appeared, and the demons forgot their struggle by the fight with it, and they were attracted by this lady, and they wanted to capture the beauty of this person and wanted to get attached to her. So when it was a divine plan, she took the jug from them, containing nectar, and she asked the demigods and demons to sit in two separate lines. This is also a divine plan. So what she starts, that since she knew that demons were not correct right people, they were atheists, they did not believe. If they become immortal, then they will create havoc in the nature, and everybody will be disturbed. The entire order of this order of life will be disturbed. The nature will be disturbed. So what she did, she tricked the demons. She started with demigods, and by the last the demigod was to be served, the nectar finished. So this is what is happening, because she knew they are not the fit person to take the demon. Yes. One slide more, Mataji.
Yes, but one demon named Rahu dressed himself like a demigod and sat down in the line of demigods. He sat beside the sun and the moon. Here one may ask why the Supreme Personality of Godhead could not detect Rahu. The reason is that the Lord wanted to show the effect of drinking nectar. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead understood how Rahu was cheating, he immediately cut off the demon's head.
So now what is happening, because when Rahu wanted, the two lines were made. one for demigods and the other for demons. So Rahu, being a demon, he tried to trick the demigods, and he took the form of a demigod and sat amongst the demigods, so that he also gets this nectar while the Mohini Murti was serving. So, but Lord knew him very well. Lord could have prevented that, but he wanted to show the universe, the demigods and the demons, what this nectar is going to have, the kind of effect is going to have that person or the demon. So, mm, immediately Lord recognized that Rahu is sitting in the row line of demigods. He cut his head. You can see the picture here. His head is cut here, and he was sitting in between the sun and moon. We know these are stars. If we, when we make horoscope, then Surya, Chandra, and Rahu, Ketu, those are always counted. They have a certain place. So Rahu is always against gods, against demigods, and he's also against sun and moon. He's always fighting. In fact, he's always contradicting their good influences when we study horoscope. So Lord immediately recognized and he cut his head. Yes. Chanda Mataji now.
Hare Krishna. So Rahu's head, however, having been cut by the nectar, became immortal. Lord Brahma accepted Rahu's head, one of the planets. Since Rahu is an eternal enemy of the moon and the sun, he always tries to attack them on the nights of the full moon and dark night.
Yes, Mataji, what did you read? Please explain.
So Rahu and Ketu, Rahu, the one of the demons, he drank Amrita. So as soon as he drank the Mohini, he cut his head. So as the Rahu, he drank the few amount of Amrita, the head become immortal. So the Brahma accepted that as one planet, as it is immortal and can't be killed, can't be destroyed. And since this Rahu is eternal enemy of the sun and the moon, he always try to attack them on the night. So on the night of full moon day and new moon day, the attack is there of this Rahu.
So in fact, he was sitting in the row of demigods, and he touched, Mohini Murti was distributing nectar, and he touched few drops of nectar in his hand. He could not drink it. So even the touch made him immortal. So this is mentioned here. And Rahu, because he became immortal, so Rahu got a place, eternal place, because of that immortality on account of touching of the Amrita or the nectar. He got an immortal place as a planet. And we know Rahu, Ketu, and sun and moon. And Rahu, Ketu are always together, and sun, they are always fighting and counteracting the good effects of sun and moon planets. So that is what we know about. Yes, Mataji, next.
After the demigods finished drinking the nectar, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead assumed his own form. The place, the time, the cause, the purpose, the activity, and the ambition were all the same for both the demigods and the demons. But the demigods achieved one result and the demons another. Because the demigods are always under the shelter of the dust of the lotus feet, Lord's lotus feet, they could very easily drink the nectar and get its result. The demons, however, not having sought shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, were unable to achieve the result they desired.
So we can see the situation was same. Nectar was available, and because of their difference in their attributes or qualities of character and conduct, the result of result of the presence of nectar or drinking of the nectar was different on both, because one who is a devoted to Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu, he gets the positive results, and those who oppose him, they get a negative result. So all the demigods became, immortal after drinking. Immortal means they will not be defeated by demons anymore. They will not have a indefinite lifespan. But all the demigods basically are at the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma, we know, has got a life. Brahma's also has got a life, and when Brahma's life is over, then there is complete annihilation of all the universes and planets, and there is recreation. Lord comes. This is what is happening during different yugas. So the message here is that one should worship Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu, his incarnation, with full faith and full confidence. And you can see here that the demons were not concerned, but the demigods, they were so concerned, they were running to Brahmaji, and then from Brahmaji to Vishnu, and they were praying every time whenever they were in difficulties. But the demons were so self-confident that they never bothered about thinking of God. So when one takes shelter of Lord's lotus feet, they could easily drink the nectar and get his result. So is true for the devotees also. The demons, however, not having sought shelter at the lotus feet, what was their fate? What was the fate of Kansa ultimately? He was killed by who killed Kansa? Who killed
Krishna.
Krishna killed, and who killed Hiranyakashipu?
Narasimha.
Narasimha.
Narsinga,
Lord
Narsinga.
Narasimha.
Narsinga. Then who killed Ravana?
No.
Lord
Lord
Rama.
Rama.
Ram.
So
Ram.
you can see the fate of demons, the non-believers who think they are all powerful. All the achievements of boons they get, that will make them immortal. But could and Hiranyakashipu did a lot of penance and austerity and sacrifices in order to become immortal. And he got all the boons also from Lord Brahma, that yes, you will not be killed in day or night or by man or animal or this and that, not on the house, not on the ground, not in the sky, not in the air, not in the water. So all kind of boons were there. But nobody can surpass or overrule the opulences of Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, because He is the creator, He is the maintainer, and He is the annihilator also. So He is all powerful. So the message is clear that however, the demons used to try to become clever, intelligent, they had no faith in God. So when they had no faith, the fate was there that ultimately they lost all opulences, and they had to struggle for nectar. So yes, Mataji, one more slide.
O King, after the Supreme Personality of Godhead had brought the completion of the affairs of churning the ocean and feeding the nectar to the demigods who are his dear devotees, he left the presence of them all and was carried by Garuda to his own abode.
So we can see the mission of Lord Vishnu was fulfilled, and he had instructed the demigods what is the solution, how you can get your strength and power back and prosperity back, because of the curse of Durvasa Muni was to be nullified, and for nullification of Durvasa Muni's curse, and also for regaining their strength, power, and prosperity and the kingdom, and also to defeat the demons. Demons defeated Indra number of times, but because of the mercy of Lord Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, they could regain their strength. And this time also, this avatar, we will remember. Why does yesterday we talked about why does avatar descend from the descend to the material world? What are the reasons? Anybody, please, if you could recollect. The prime reasons for appearance of or manifestation of Lord are
To save his devotees.
to, yes, deliver the pious. Yes.
He dharmasya.
And the Dharma,
Bharata.
re-establishment of dharma. Yes, Mataji.
अभ्युत्थानम धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
Yes.
परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे.
Thank you. So for Vinashaya cha dushkratam, for the annihilation of the miscreants who are disturbing the order of society. So for deliverance of the pious people or devotees, as you said, for the annihilation of the miscreants and for re-establishment of dharma. Right? So, and when does he appear? Yada yada dharma se glanir bhavati bharata. So for re-establishment, when religious principles get a backseat and irreligion propagates and manifests in manifold manner, then Lord appears to protect. And basically he comes down or appears or manifests in himself for protection of devotees, for protection of cows, for protection of holy persons, for protection of brahmanas, and for Vedic knowledge and religion. We have seen the first avatar, that Vedic knowledge was stolen, so Lord appeared as Matsya avatar. So for protection of all these things and re-establishment of dharma, Lord comes to the material world in human form. But the main thing here is to remember that Krishna or Rama, or they all remain transcendental in their character, is transcendental in their, they come with all their opulences, they are not touched by the material mode of nature, and they are not affected by, they always remain above those material consideration. So this is the essence of this avatar. So we have come to the end of this chapter. This is a very long chapter, so I think we have to skip chanting of Mahamantra this time. And please do chant complete 4 rounds of Mahamantra. If you have done it, very nice. Not done, 1 or 2 remaining, please do complete now. So any questions or doubts, if you have it, we can have a discussion on that, or any correction or suggestions or modification, if you want to, please welcome. Mataji, there are 16 people, 15 persons, devotees here present in this. But I want this to be a very interactive session, because we are learning from each other. I'm also learning from what you're telling, because I am also a student, basically. In spiritual path, nobody is perfect, nobody except our spiritual masters. So let it be a very interactive class. Let us learn from each other. Let us clearly open up our mind and our doubts, express our doubts, so that we really make a progress in our spiritual journey. So please be interactive, ask many questions, clear your doubts. Whatever little I know, I will definitely try to answer your question.
Prabhuji, the demons like Ravana and Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyakashipu and Kansa. So they were very knowledgeable, like Pandita, and they wanted to become mortal. So how come they will become mortal? Because they are the category because of their state of mind and state of karma, they become demons, and they were having the asura pravriti. So they have chosen to be killed by Ishvara, the Krishna. So every avatara we have seen that to re-establish the dharma, the Bhagwan Krishna, he has taken many forms and he killed one by one in every avatara he had done this kind of very noble act for the human beings. So what I understood that they were so knowledgeable, and they himself chosen with their intellect to be killed by Krishna, so that they will be always in the lotus feet of God. So am I making any sense, Prabhuji? So my understanding is going in right way, because they were so knowledgeable, they are so strengthful in their karma, but they have liberated to get the bliss, the ultimate bliss. That is the lotus feet of Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, and for this observation. In fact, take the case of Kansa. Even before Krishna was born, even soon after the marriage of his sister Devakima with Vasudev, he was always remembering Krishna. He was always remembering Krishna, but in a negative manner. So, when Lord kills somebody or a demon, he is liberated immediately. So the purpose of, in fact, remembrance is that God gives, the remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. He gives all these things. So, but demons, they don't think in a positive manner so far as Lord is concerned. They have demonic qualities. They consider themselves to be very powerful. In case of Ravana, he was doing such a tapasya or austerity and penance. He wanted to make a ladder right up to the Swarga Lok or heavenly planets, so that not only he but all his citizens could be taken directly in this bodily form of material body to the higher planets. So that his penance was good. The demigods got pleased and gave him lot of boons also, benedictions also. But that was not for the welfare of the society. That was for his own pride, for own being very knowledgeable. He was a Prakant Pandit. He had a tremendous knowledge, and it was not easy to kill him, because a lot of benedictions that he had received out of his penances and sacrifices. So, but his intelligence was misdirected. He was abudhaya. Lord Krishna says the intelligence is misdirected. They have low intelligence because they do not follow the right path of dharma. They are on the adharmic side. So that is the question, Mataji. Thank you. Yes, Srila Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, as you absolutely you are correct. Well, because these demons, they are not, they are actually have a good gyan, good knowledge, but this gyan or knowledge is without yoga and without bhakti. That's why their Lord came, and though the Lord is Lord, just because of that they got a lotus feet of God, and a good I said a good end, but actually they are demon. They were demon. So their all the gyan, all knowledge are because of only for themselves. Their act were so selfish.
Yeah,
So you are absolutely right.
very true, Mataji, because that knowledge was misdirected. He was a great, devotee of Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva is easily pleased. He is Asatosh. He becomes pleased very easily. And he gives such, even Lord Brahma, they gave such, Brahmaji gave Hiranyakashipu that he will not be killed because of he was pleased by his penances and austerities. So, but a devotee doesn't want any benediction. He wants only pure devotional service of Lord. Every time, in every breath, he wants to chant the name of Lord Krishna. So that is the difference. Whereas the demons, they may be moralists, they might be doing something good also, but their intelligence, their knowledge, all their austerities or activities they are misdirected. They are not directed towards the Lord's prayers or worship. They consider themselves as Lord. That is the problem. Yes, Siddhi Mataji. Thank you,
Hare Krishna,
Mataji.
I was recently attending one psychology session where one person asked that why different religions have different activities, like they do different activities, and why they do that.
Mataji, we will come to, when we talk about Bhagavad Gita, the demonic and the divine and demonic characters. 26 qualities are defined as divine, and the divine qualities: purity, clarity, purity, cleanliness, humility, surrender, truthfulness, all these forgiveness. These are divine qualities. We will come to it in chapter 15, perhaps 13 or 15. So, why we have these qualities? That is the result of, our past karma. Nobody can, even Lord Krishna did not interfere in the karmic theory, the karma and its action and its reaction. There are certain people, in this life, we have got this chance, we are the fortunate ones who have this knowledge. We are uh, close to Lord Krishna's, mission by hearing his message through so many our acharyas and spiritual master. And Srila Prabhupada is the prime Siksha Guru for us, all of us. We are learning everything from him. So when you are doing sinful activities because of avidya or ignorance, then some of activities fructify and you get, we call it prarabdha, and we get sufferings during the same life. But some remain unfructified. They do not mature. They remain in the form of seed or kutam. So these are carried over to the next form of life, and that is called, that there is gross body and there is astral body. So the subtle body is passed on to the next form of life. And because of our propensities at the time of living body and because of our past karmas, we get next form of life. If we do good activities, we get a good form of life. Lord Krishna has told that one whose sadhana remains incomplete in this birth, I give him birth in next birth in a family of, spiritual persons, in an aristocratic family, or in a family where there are pure devotees, so that he can continue his sadhana in next life. This is what Lord has said himself. So it is, and Lord is very merciful and kind to, like a loving father. What happens that the soul is contaminated because of those propensities that we are carrying from the past life, they are carried to the next life, and based on our desires, or the material mode of nature, we Lord grants up the same type of body. We'll come to it afterwards. But just take an example of a person who is eating voraciously without any discrimination, without any thinking whether it is good for health or bad for health. He is eating every time without discrimination. Then God gives him the next form of a hog or the pig. Pig does not know what to eat, what not to eat. It keeps on eating whole day. The tummy is full, but it still keeps on eating. So these pictures will come when we discuss Bhagavad Gita. So our actions, previous karma of previous life, and then also what we do, what we think at the time of leaving this human body. Ant kalecha mavi mukta ismana kalevaram. The person who thinks whatever at the time of death, he attains it. If one thinks of Krishna at the time of leaving the body, he attains the Krishna's body. And we know the example of Ajamila, how Narayan, he was calling Narayana by default and got the chance to correct himself in the next life. He got second chance. So these are the factors which determine our. That is why chanting is essential, because at the time of leaving this body, our mind will be clouded, the memory will be incomplete, and everything with the throat will be choking, and probably sometimes accidentally we die. So then that moment, it will be very difficult to remember Krishna. So let us practice now so that at the last moment also we can remember Krishna. That is the purpose of chanting. That is the importance of chanting, Mataji.
Also, Prabhuji, why do different religions have different activities?
In
Like
fact,
Christian,
it is a long story. Hindu Dharma is Sanatan Dharma, we know, eternal,
yes,
because it is thousands and thousands of years old. So from Satyuga, since the creation of this and the world, this dharma, this religion is there. Religion is basically defined as a method or mode of worship of Lord, how you worship. But the Lord is one basically. And just look back at all the religions that we know of at the moment. They came into existence maybe a few hundred years ago, maybe a few thousand of years ago, but it is Sanatan. Hindu Dharma is Sanatan. Nobody knows when it came into existence. And those are cherished values which are common in all religions, Mataji. Does it satisfy your answer?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Prabhuji, what I understand and what I think, though maybe my thought will be some other way, but what my in how in what way my mind goes, like many religions, we don't know that next birth where we will be and in which form we will be. So when we are born, so we will be in some caste or some family or some of the belongings we are having in, right? So we are surrounded by all those things. So past karma, as per the present karma, in the next birth I will be. So the Ishvara, the God, the Krishna is so merciful that whichever the family, whichever the religion, we will get it. There will be a to his lotus feet. Maybe medium, maybe the rituals different, but the ultimate blissful and ultimate destination of a soul will be the lotus feet of Krishna. So this is what I believe. I little bit I have studied Vedas and Upanishad and all the part of schools of yoga as well. So all the path it's leading to the one destination, that is the lotus feet of Krishna. So from my birth and from my childhood, I am just connected with Lord Krishna. I have um, went through many ways, many rituals, many fasting, many things, but ultimately I have land up in the lotus feet of Krishna. So this is my understanding, that this is how I understood that it doesn't matter that where we are, but the Ishvara is very, 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 merciful, that he will definitely bless the soul to get into his lotus feet.
Thank you, Mataji. In fact, the process how a living entity comes into existence after death, that is also defined by Lord Krishna. He says that when astral body or the soul reaches, then he glances at the soul, and the material nature, the three modes of material nature, they grant the body kind of body. So person is going to have a lower form, higher form, whatever form of body one is. So far as Veda, knowledge of other things are concerned, if you know Krishna, if you know the purpose of Veda, then you know everything. Lord has said, Sarvasya Chaham Hriday Sannivishto. I reside in the heart of each and everyone. Matta Smritir Jnanam Apuhanam Cha. I give Smriti, I give them remembrance, the knowledge, Jnanam, and Apuhanam, the forgetfulness. Vedesht Sarvai Rahme Vedyu. I am to be known as the Veda. From Veda, I am to be known as the Veda. Vedant Krat Ved Epachaham. And I am in the compiler of Vedant. So there is no need to read any other scripture except Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. It is the essence of all Vedas, Upanishads, and Puran. Bhagavad Gita is it is the essence of all teachings given in Veda. Vedas normally deal with Karmakand. So there is no Karmakandi and yogis, we have heard in level 1. The path is very long and tough, whereas Bhakti Marg is straight away, is simple and easy to turn. There is no pre-qualification required here. So let us focus on Bhakti only, not debate our self-consultation. Of course, when we read first 6 chapters, the Karma Yoga is defined. The second is Bhakti. Second 6 are Bhakti Yoga. Last 6, of course, the Gyan Yoga. But karma, the purpose of knowing everything, doing anything, or possessing knowledge is to go back to Godhead or attain Bhakti or Krishna Bhakti. That is the purpose, Mataji.